Originally, I am from the Philippines, but I left the country almost 30 years ago. I stayed at the Joint Conference for 18 years now. That was a long time ago. Yeah. In fact, I was in Africa 2 weeks ago, in Burundi, and I was asked to preach during Sabbath. And the church elder who introduced me was very excited. He said to the people, "We are very fortunate this morning that we have a speaker from the Bible land." I was surprised because Philippines is not seeing the Bible. He said, in fact, Apostle Paul visited their country several times, and he is from the Philippines. So I thought the people in the Philippines is called Philippians, and you know, Philippians is in the Bible. I left the country in 1985. I was in Africa for 9 years as missionary. I stayed in South Africa for almost 6 years, and then another 5 years in Zimbabwe. I was associate treasurer of the Eastern Africa Division when the division was not divided yet. Now there are 3 divisions in Africa. We implemented the old SAN account. I think they are also knowledgeable about the old SAN account.
Yes,
Some of you are using the old SAN account. We implemented the old SAN account in the whole of in most of the countries in Eastern Africa. There are around 20 of them. And at the time, the Joint Conference has no implementation manager for the SAN account. So we communicated with the people at the GC. We suggested what they need to do for the SAN account, because we were the first division who implemented SAN account before even Trans-European Division, because Graham Barham, who I suppose went around here to implement SAN account, we worked together, because from Africa they called me to be treasurer of Middle East Union based in Cyprus, and I was part of the Trans-European Division. So we worked together with Graham on the implementation of the SAN account. That's why I know some of the territories here because of our involvement in SAN account. But my stay in Trans-European Division, that's why I did not meet most of you. But you are still young. I belong to the Old Testament. I stayed in Trans-European Division in Middle East Union for only 2 years. Then after that, they called me to be part of the Joint Conference SAN account team. Then we moved into SAN Plus, and now I'm here implementing or promoting SAN Plus throughout the world territory. There are 10 divisions who are using SAN Plus. 10 divisions. And I have visited, this is my 90, I was just looking at my list. This is the 98th country that I have visited to promote SAN Plus. It's my first visit to Hungary. I was telling my teammate, I need to be sure to include A when I spell Hungary, unless it will become hungry. I don't want to be hungry, so I have to remember all the time. Hungary.
I don't think you'll be hungry in this country.
Oh yeah. So I'm very pleased to meet all of you, and I need you to send me an email That's why I have given you my card. So I can include you in our mailing list, because from time to time, when we have new stuff, we will include you in our information drive. Maybe you have been receiving email from Janali Show, one of our team members. Renata, she was sending her greetings to you. Meet Jan, did you meet Jan, isn't it? I think that was your seminar in Latvia. Did you go there in Latvia?
No.
She was here in Hungary.
She was here.
Oh, here? Oh, she was able to visit there? That's great. That's great. We have a lot of information about SunPlus and Q&A. In fact, if you go to the YouTube, we have some information there. And we have video that we are circulating. We give you the link, and then you go in, and it will tell you about Sun System, about SunPlus, and many other things. Our seminar within the next 3 days is based on the SDAAM accounting manual. Okay? And we have two references. The first one, so most of our discussion will be based on the SDAAM accounting manual. The first one, the first reference we have is, of course, the Seventh-day Adventist accounting manual. And I have here the 2011 edition. I tried to send this to you last night in the email, but the file is too big. It's around 13.5 gigabytes. So it was returned to me, and the error message was, it's too big, it cannot be accommodated. My limit of sending data is less than 10 gigabytes. So maybe if you don't have a copy of this, I will be giving it to you by a thumb drive. So I am giving you, including the rest of the information that you have. I have sent it last night because I was thinking if maybe some of us are nearsighted, you cannot see the screen from afar, so you can just run the file that I am presenting in your computer, then you will be able to follow the details of my presentation. Why is it that I am trying to encourage you to be acquainted with the Seventh-day Adventist accounting manual? And in fact, if you have resources, if you think that you have to invest to translate this to your local language, then feel free, because a lot of good materials are here. Even some of the accounting maybe challenges you have, you don't know that it's already addressed and discussed in this day accounting manual. Now the reason why I know that there are lots of stuff here, it's because I'm one of, if you look at the introduction of the manual, I'm one of the guy in the committee who tried to compile this manual. We spent sleepless night. The GC has tasked us to come up with a manual that is applicable throughout the world. Because before we have accounting manual for the Trans-European Division, accounting manual for the North American Division, for the South Pacific Division. And there are only few people who are, few divisions who are using the International Accounting Manual, the IAM. And there is this concept that probably the International Accounting Manual are only for the third world divisions. So that Jesus said, okay, I'm a member of the committee that developed this manual. They said, you have to come up with a manual that is applicable throughout the world. So we appointed representation from North America, representation from Trans-European, from South Pacific Division to be a part of our committee. And if we have an accounting discussion, they have to present their side and we have to come up with a compromise for us to be able to write provision that will be applicable throughout the world. And praise the Lord, as of 2010, we have completed the accounting manual. And then in 2011, the accounting manual was adopted by the General Conference. We know that we have 28 fundamental beliefs as a Seventh-day Adventist, isn't it? But I was telling people that if you are a Seventh-day Adventist accountant and if you are in the treasury, you have 29. And what is the 29? It is the Seventh-day Adventist accounting manual. You know why? Because the same committee who voted for the 28 fundamental beliefs of the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the committee who approved this accounting manual. So if you think that the action of those committees, of the executive committee is holy, so this is also a holy document. I know there are some translations that is going on, so feel free to just translate. I will try my best to be a little bit slower so you can facilitate translations. Don't be worried that you will be making a noise. I know that there are translations going on, so I understand. The second document, so to the accountants, the SDAAM accounting manual is our Bible. And what do you need to do when you have a Bible? You have to read. I remember the song in the primary division. Read your Bible, pray every day, and you grow. Isn't it? The same true with our accountant. We have the SDAAM accounting manual as our Bible. If we don't read it, we will not be growing as accountants. Don't worry, because we wanted to be sure that if you concentrate your effort in this manual, you will not be left behind with what is available or what is provided for in the accounting world. Because we have submitted this manual to whatever body that approves it, and they have certified that the Seventh-day Adventist accounting manual is IFRS compliance. That's the new body now, International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS. If you know IFRS provision, you can be marketable or you can work anywhere in the world, because the world standard now is IFRS. That is for the whole world. Now we have what we call accounting standard, the GAAP, generally accepted accounting principle. And the GAAP is only limited by country. We have GAAP for North America, GAAP for probably Europe, or even your individual country has their own generally accepted accounting principle. But all of the accounting principle by country or by region must be IFRS compliance. And we need to be sure that the SDAAM accounting manual is IFRS compliance, so the auditors has submitted this to the World IFRS body to certify that all the provisions we incorporated into the Seventh-day Adventist Accounting Manual are IFRS compliance. Alright? So that is the first document that we are going to look at the next 3 days. The second document that I have here, this is what I call the spirit of prophecy of the Seventh-day Adventist accountants. We have the Bible, and we have also the spirit of prophecy. And this is the SDAAM Plus dimensional accounting documentation. And I have sent you a copy of this. And this is just a small document. If you read the manual, sometimes you will be confused because the Seventh-day Adventist Accounting Manual is the manual regardless whether you are using SDAAM Plus or not. So sometimes the illustration is very generic or very general. However, to apply the concept in the manual, I was tasked by our team to come up with a detailed documentation for every SDAAM Plus accountant to relate to SDAAM system the provision what is provided by the SDA accounting manual. A good example of this is in page 18, and that is something to do with the purchases of an asset. Okay? So first, alright, page 12. Alright, for example this. When you buy an asset and it is funded by Fund 10, these are the entries that you have to do. Debit 997,110, transfer between fund. The fund is 10, function UFNT, restriction is 01, TFWW is 20, the flag is out. Alright. Then the debit is 102, that's your bank account. And then when you record asset, so you record it 202, 203 or 202, 205. And then 99 credit 997, transfer between fund is 10, 20, function UFIN, restriction 01, TFWW 10, flag is in. Alright? This is because we are using what we call dimension accounting. You cannot find this illustration in the SDA accounting manual because the provision in the SDA accounting manual is general, since it is for everybody regardless of what type of accounting system you are using. But we wanted a very detailed example for SDAAM Plus users. That's why we are having this document, the Spirit of Prophecy of the Seventh-day Adventist Accountant, which detail the Bible, which is the accounting manual. So you have a copy of this. Be sure you have a copy of this. I have sent it to you already last night.
I don't have it, so maybe they have received it in the emails.
You received it?
You have received it? Okay.
Yeah, you have it because I copied you. You are part of it.
What's the name of the document?
The name of the file,
Yes.
let me check. One SDAAM Plus, there is a one SDAAM Plus dimension accounting. 1.docx.
Oh, I see. There's
Yeah.
many
Huh?
attachments. Sorry, I only saw 6.
I have around 18 attachments
Yeah?
because I don't want you to miss
Anything.
anything. So, if you don't have it, be sure to have it. Alright? So those are the resources that we have, only two. Thank you. Accounting manual and the Seventh-day Adventist dimension accounting documentation. Then the next one, we need to look at our timetable. I want you to come up with a timetable so everybody will remember. So what time do you think we have to start? 8 o'clock, 8:30 or 9 o'clock?
Is it open for voting?
Suggestion.
It is motion to the floor.
It's you that will decide because I'm just visiting. And I am your servant. If you say we start at 7, then I need to be sure to be around. But I don't want to come here at 7 and then you will come at 9. I might as well come at 9. Okay, come on.
8 is okay.
8 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, it's your call.
We had jet lag this morning, so.
Alright. Alright, because I was able to, I arrived here last night, yesterday at around 11. So by 12, 1 o'clock I was in the hotel, so I have rested all afternoon. So no more jet lag.
But he is joking because there's no jet lag.
Ah, no jet lag.
It's the same hour.
Alright, now from 8 to 10:30, I will, that's my first presentation. And then 10:30 to 10:45 will give you 15 minutes break. So you have to go to the restroom, drink water or what, stretch, sometimes you'll feel sleepy. And then from 10:45 to 12:30 or 1 o'clock, what is our dinner time or lunch time here?
Today is at 1.
Today at 1, but usually,
It's up
It's
to
up
us.
to us. Yeah.
okay, so what do you want?
But today and tomorrow would be.
Today and tomorrow.
Okay, so
dependent on the
we might as well
other-
put it at 1 o'clock, because there are 2 days and we have 3 days, so majority is, so I will use the military timing, it's 13 hours. And then, how many hours do you want for lunch? 1 hour is enough? 1 hour and 30 minutes?
Well, there's quite a few labs, so I don't know. Depends on the kitchen.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, Renata? Come tipo se ne alla massa di scuola.
How many hours?
Okay, so she says 1 hour.
1 hour, okay, so good. And from 2 to 3:30, that's my presentation in the afternoon. I will make this a little bit bigger so at least you can see. Alright, what time you would like us to end in the afternoon?
4
4
o'clock.
o'clock?
Yeah, we already added like half an hour to the morning presentation,
Okay.
another half an hour to the second presentation, so that's 1 hour.
Alright. So 4 o'clock is okay with you? Or 5? It's up to you because I'm here only for 3 days. Yeah.
That's the point, huh?
We are here to learn.
Huh?
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days, yeah. Alright, 4 o'clock.
5 it's on.
No, at least.
5?
Yeah, today and tomorrow until 5, maybe if we finish earlier Thursday, that would be okay, but
Alright.
Let's use time wisely.
let's see what we
Alright,
do.
okay, so we leave this as is. When we can finish, then maybe we can stop early. Alright? So I wanted somebody to be in charge of this time. Okay. Because you know, to me, SunPlus is not just an accounting system. To me, SunPlus is a ministry. So sometimes when I discuss, I forget that it's already time for break. So if nobody will remind me, then you will be in trouble. You cannot have your break. Because I'm very good in starting on time. So if we miss the break, then we... Alright. Thank you for that. So that one is taken care of. And now let us look at